But one of my favorite memories, and I know that you've probably heard this a lot, was obviously all the work that you did with The Rock. In particularly, one of my favorite promos is the one when you guys, where you're making fun of The Rock's dingling and he calls you 100 pounds of nothing and nothing calls and he says he knows you. It's funny because even to this day, like I use those lines from those promos into like my daily life when I'm trolling someone. It's like just something that sort of stays with you. But what did it mean like to you to work like that with The Rock, and how do you think it sort of changed your career?
I mean, it was just an opportunity. Like I talked about opportunities earlier. It was only going to be, this wasn't a long thought out plan at all. It was going to be one night in Toronto. There was a battle royal later in the night. And so to kind of set that up, they needed some interaction with The Rock. So the writers picked me, and I was going to go in there. We was going to have this one interaction. Maybe we did some stuff in the battle royal. That was it. That was the only thing on paper that was ever supposed to happen. But that backstage segment with The Rock went so well when he called me. That's the one where he called me Hamburglar.
Right.
And, you know, and then I told him how Brandon Fraser beat the Scorpion King and all of that. And when I flew off, Rock's looking up in the air, like watching me fly. He just played off of it so well. Rock was a big fan of the character. If he wasn't, it never would have happened.
You could tell too. You could really tell like that chemistry watching all of those clips. You can really tell that you guys are really bouncing off of each other.
Yeah, we were having a blast. And so later on that night in the battle royal, The Rock's going over there. He's like punching this guy, I'm punching this guy. But when he comes to me, I start firing back on him. And when I start firing back, the crowd in Toronto just really comes. And you can hear it. And as a performer, you can feel it. And I was like, man, that was really cool, you know. And afterward, I was like, oh, man, I hope creative noticed that. Because they don't always notice everything. You know, it's hard when you're in that truck and you got these headphones on. It's hard to hear the audience sometimes. Right. You know, when you're in gorilla position, I should say. And you got these headphones on, you can't really hear the audience all that well. But luckily they did, and so that led to another promo and another promo and another promo. And the one you're talking about with the phone, that was actually my line. I gave him that because he was going to call me. Oh,
did you really?
Yeah, he was going to call me.
I love that line.
I was 5'0", 100 pounds of nothing, and that was it. And so I asked him, did he have his phone? I gave him that line because I was getting the rub here. I just wanted this segment to be as best as it could. So if I can help him out with a line that people are going to remember, which they did. I've heard that one for years. For years I've heard that one. So that really worked. And that was, I don't even remember what years ago that was, 2004, 2003, something like that. But, and then that was my idea to be in the closet too, because I was going to fly into that segment like always, but just, we're kind of looking around, you know, I was looking around at the surroundings and just it popped in my head. I was like, hey, what if I actually was in that closet the whole time? And you could see Rock light up. He could say, oh, that's fantastic. And so then I was going to like initially jump out right away. But it was his idea to close the curtain back on it and be like, no, I didn't see that shit. He's not in there. And then I popped out. I was like, man, he's incredibly creative too. It was a blast. I'm sure you can tell by the way.
Yes.